Okay, so I have removed my wand. Unfortunately, I deleted my prior video. So as you can see, my hand is pretty stiff, but it has to be because it has to heal. There's a little bit of swelling under the thumb, moving up from the thumb. And I'm going to start my healing process. I don't know how to record it since I only have one hand. That'll be a good invention here. Let's see if I can figure that out. Okay, so as you can see, I have removed my wrappings. Right over here, this white thing over here is a splint, and the orange one is the one that the ambulance gave me. This one was done at the clinic, but I'm still due into the clinic for the cast. And I'm going to tell them that well, let me just start all over because the other video got lost. I was pressured by a friend who has a farm to pick the apples. He put the ladder out there and he was expecting me to climb it. I fought him tooth and nail over the phone when he called me on that. I told him I had a bad back. When he saw me there, he rushed to get the ladder and kind of pressured me. Walked away. His cop buddy drove in. Turns out that cop buddy is the real reason why he wants his apples picked, because he's giving him ideas about making apple cider and apple sauce and why let it go to waste. And that same cop buddy and him were both present when I fell from the tree. I broke my wrist. I unwrapped the dressing because I don't have the cast yet. I will refuse to have a cast put on unless it's like a splint where I could remove it. They have these, they should have it, and it's not an option. If they don't do it, I will go to another hospital because I want to be able to remove it and do my treatment. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do this Hertz wand that's very popular, that they say that heals things. This has been very popular, and I heard about it and got it. So I'm going to start treating myself. It's on the high voltage, and if you could see, it's kind of like blue while it's pointing at me. The breakage is toward the pillow, that end of it, and I really couldn't move these two end fingers. So I really think that I am getting results because I'm treating it right. I'm putting ointments. I'm putting this Indian ointment that I did myself. I got the herbs. They told me it was for pain. I didn't ask questions because I never ever heard of it. It's got a weird name to it, but it's really worked on my SI joint. Like the minute I put it, like it's gone. It's like set it, forget it. So I'm using that on this. Probably helps with the inflammation. I don't know what it really does, but I also put castor oil underneath all of the dressing, which is perfect because castor oil should go with dressing. And but I'm not going to put the castor oil right after this. I'm going to wait a couple of hours. And this is a little hot, so let me put it on lower. Or let me put it farther away and have it on high. I don't know what's working, but I really believe something is working. I am getting better. I can move my fingers. Although I'm not sure what triggered it for my fingers to be stiff. It could be because I had it bandaged up for over 24 hours. So I don't know if that's progression, but I do know one thing. Not only are my fingers moving, but I kind of like am cheating and making use of my fingers when doing things. Not to any extreme, but certainly better than the way I had it. So this is like a blow dryer. As you can see, there's some swelling below my whatever finger. And so now I'm going to aim this at the section that's actually broken, which, as you can see, it's below my pinky. So on one side and the other. And then I think it's safe to do the red light after this, but no moisture for a couple of hours after doing this. So I could move the arm now, which is really good progress, I think. And I think it's better to do it this way. Let it face up and let it get the dryer, which is kind of a weird thing, but anything goes as long as it doesn't offend God. And I prayed to God. I said, God, if this offends you, because this has to do with the med bed, and the med bed has something to do with some studies I did that I'd love to share with you. So if you are interested in my studies on it, how it relates to possible darkness where limbs could be grown and stuff, please let me know. But I told God, let me find this thing broken in half or something, if it's not your will that I use it, because I said you could tell that it's really actually small. Well, my hand is right there, so I'm not sure you could tell, but it looks a little swollen. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. Oh. I'm using something to help me film this. It's kind of weird. Suppose I found something to help me film myself. And I wrap it over my neck and it's stiff, and I put my tablet over it, which is really something else. You won't believe how I figured this one out, how I managed. But let me just do this side. And they say this thing has helped a lot of people. Ointments, no, nothing moist. I mean, it said no water for a couple hours, so I'm not going to try anything, not even oils, no ointments, nothing. I'm not going anywhere, nothing to do here. Just enjoying my day, well, trying to. So I don't know how on earth this could be, but the Lord willing, I will get healed much sooner, and I actually am beginning to believe it because my fingers move. Although that could have been caused because I was all wrapped up for over 24 hours. I don't know that it was because of the injury. But I know during the injury, it did hurt to move this, and now it's not hurting as much. So now I'm done with this because I don't think that this is to be overdone. I think a few minutes that I've done it should cover the ground. And I intend on repeating this daily. And that's why I don't want to take a cast, because I want to be able to wash my arm. I don't want that gulp to kind of start growing, you know, the old skin, and it gets really, really gross. So I'm going to put this on hold for a second, and I'll be right back with the red light. Okay, so now I have the red light. As you can see, it's like a arch, and you can see my dressings over there. So the arch is over my arm now, and I'm going to see how I could run this. And I could. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm getting a lot accomplished with this hand being in the wrong, so I'm going to turn this on for 20 minutes. I know I get impatient, so I'm gonna put the fan on. And as you can see, the red light is on. I don't know if you could tell that there's red over my arm, and that's because of the red light. So now I'm going to let this sit, and I'm not going to bore you. I'm just going to pause. I'm going to let it sit under the red light for 20 minutes. And I am taking some stuff for pain, and hopefully I'll remember to show you what it is that I'm taking for pain. Anti-inflammatories. And I'm also using ointments. One is castor oil. If you can see the bottle there. Castor oil. Well, there's a bottle that I reuse, actually. And then there's an ointment that I did. Let me show you what that is. Put it right there for now. You see, so I made this ointment, and it looks red because of the red light, but I made it with beeswax and coconut. And if you can see the bottom, see how dark that is? This is an Indian herb that's hard to pronounce. I never knew about it, but the minute I put this on a painful area, that pain just disappears. I don't think it's coincidence. I really think that this thing works. If you want to know more about it, if you want me to share the link, I'll only do it when somebody requests it, because I'm giving free information here, and I would like to start getting some likes. I would like to start getting some shares. I would like to start growing my channel, although that was never really the intention. I actually really started doing this to share with an older man who lost his 95-year-old mother, so I could entertain him. And that's why I have a lot of dishes, because he really enjoyed the dishes, but then I started adding my fermentation and my heal all and my vitamins and all that good stuff. So I am not going to bore you with this red light therapy. As you can see, this is a system that I'm using, and it's like an arch, if you could see that. I think I need to move that out of the way. So see, it's like an arch, right? And it's got red on the top, on the side. You see that? And then I just put my arm right underneath it. And I believe that when you start verping, it means the toxins are starting to leave. I know that for a fact. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor or nurse. But I know that when my chiropractor used to apply a certain machine to me, I would start verping. And I asked him, is it because the toxins are leaving? And he said, yes. So pretty soon I'm going to start burping. I don't want to. The funny thing, the odd thing is I don't burp when I use the wand, but I do burp when I do this, and I'm going to start burping. So I'm going to put you on pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I just want to show you something, and that is that this thing does other colors, because I'm going to show you a handheld red infrared light. Another object that I can use in this place, which maybe I'll start using that. But let's see if I could. You see how it could turn blue? You see that? Blue and red. Blue and red. Okay. Then I hit it a third time. And it's just red. And then I turn it again, it's blue and red. But if I hit another color, I think it'll be more colors. Blue, red, and green. Hold on. This is actually like yellow. Okay. Now is blue, yellow, purple, blue, white, red, green. So it's all of the colors. You see that? And I'll let you see the lighting. So if you want to know where I got this, I will be glad to respond to anything on your comment side, okay? Green is good for bacteria. They all have a purpose, each of the lights. Red is really for healing. So right now, white is also very, very good. But you see how I'm holding my hand up all by myself? I wasn't able to do this when I first got injured, so I think I'm already getting better. What I can't do is hold it facing up or facing down. Facing up, maybe, but facing down, I think that's where the fracture is. So I'm going to try it while you're on the phone. See, I can't really face down because it's going to... That's where I still need healing, but I'm only on my... it's only Monday. This happened on Friday. Friday evening, so Saturday evening, Sunday evening. It's not even Monday evening. It's not even a full 3 days. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to get you the handheld red infrared. I actually have a few different ones, but I'm just... maybe I'll get you the one that heats as well. I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and I'm just going to show you one of my older versions from the late 90s. Okay, I've been into self-healing for a very long time, and holistic stuff. Oh, this one I showed you. This one over here heats also. I don't know the difference between heating and cold, so I'm not sure I want to inflame anything. But I'm going to show you in a minute. This gives off heat and infrared. So I'm going to do this one first. I'll be right back. Okay, so let me get this right. Hold on. I had it right before. Okay, so as you can see, I brought the heat. I turned this on. This is the handheld that I just showed you. And it's got different settings. Over here, I'm at the right setting, wherever that is. This is also a very old one. So I have the infrared on. Let me see if I can turn it on. This turned on, bringing it up, turned on the vibrate. I don't want that. So that's vibrating again. I don't want the vibrate. So we're going to just keep it this way. And this is where the injury is. Oops. This is where the injury is. If you can see. So I'm kind of like resting my wrist right on the red infrared where the injury is. However, I don't think this is strong enough, although it is a little more comfortable, but I'm going to bring the other one on. I'll be right back. Is this filming? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, so I think this is recording. This is not an easy task. I actually, as you can see, put the other one away. Let's see if I could. And I was able to wrap it with one hand. So I'm getting used to having only one hand. So now this one, you see how it turns on? That easy. I'm going to, I think this is a lot stronger. As you can see, it's much brighter. I'm going to lean my injured side of my left hand wrist onto this. Now, I really should put a towel over it so the heat could be intensified and concentrated. But this is a demo, and I think it's still going to make a difference. Within about an hour's time, because already a half hour has passed since I did the wand, I'm going to apply the ointments, and then I'm going to wrap myself back up. And I'm the boss of my body. I'm not going to allow a cast that cannot be opened because it cannot be wet. I mean, I have one hand available, and you're telling me I can't wet the other hand accidentally? How am I supposed to wash myself? Seriously. I mean, seriously. No. And I'm not going to get a caregiver for this. I'll take care of myself just fine. I could use a splint. Worst case scenario, if the cast is going to burden me where I cannot treat myself, because I'm seeing results already, and I could feel the heat from this red light right now. So I am not going to allow doctors of medicine to tell me what to do, because they're not doctors of my gadgets. They're not doctors of the things that work for me. They're doctors of what they were schooled in. And I know that they could get me healed, because this is not such a serious injury that they can't. But I want a speedy recovery. I have certifications to take. I need my fingers to type. And that's why I'm actually doing my exercises for my fingers, although I'm supposed to wait till after being healed. But as long as I'm comfortable moving my fingers during this injury, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my fingers, okay? So you see how my fingers are closed? I could actually spread them now without screaming, okay? What does that tell you? It tells me that I'm getting there. I'm getting healed in a matter of less than 3 days. It's not even 3 full days. And I need a speedy recovery. I need my fingers. Time is of the essence. I need to get back to my regular routines. I'm not going to be careless, but you know, I'll have to gauge what I could handle, what I can't handle. But I'm going to grow back into recovery. My plan is to do it much sooner than a plain old cast could do it, if they refuse to give me a cast that opens up like a splint. When I say opens up like a splint, if you ever had carpal tunnel, there are splints that you could take off. It's got Velcro on and off, and I've seen it. In fact, I'm going to share that with you now. Let me put this, because it's getting hot. So, let me see. Okay, so lifting it like this. Okay, so I'm going to look for something online while I do this. I'm going to put this on pause also. Okay, so this woman is teaching exercises for the hands. This is one of the splints, but this is not exactly the one that I saw that encouraged me, because this does not look like a cast. One she showed me was like a splint and a cast. Okay, so this is the splint I was referring to. It looks more like a cast. And even though she's just using it as a demo, because she slides it on and off. but it looks more like a cast. Now, do I really need something covering all the way up to the elbow? Maybe the other one's not a bad idea. Maybe I could just use a splint. I'm gonna call, well, when they call me, I'm gonna ask them, why not use a splint? It just keeps me stiff. That's all I need to do. Just like when I had carpal tunnel. Sure helped me, along with red light, infrared red light. It totally cured my, I'm gonna show you. No, I can't really hold this with, let me see if I could. Let me show you my other hand. This is my other hand, okay? I don't think I could work with the bad hand that well. Let's see what I could do. Okay, I'm trying to show you my other hand, but anyway, do you see the risk? If you could see it, great. I had carpal tunnel there, and this infrared light healed me. I also bought soft infrared light, meaning it was like gloves with infrared in it. And that's really what healed me. Though I will put it in it like a glove, and if you want to learn about that, not feeling too well. I'm actually doing a whole lot for somebody who has one hand and the other hand is starting to become painful because I don't have it stiff. I'm putting it through some stuff. But I would like to share with you other infrared, soft infrared, which is really because it's easier to just watch TV and put on the glove with infrared. And I stopped having the carpal tunnel issues. I don't know if I'm fully cured, but it never really came back. I'm not sure. Maybe it came back one time. I don't know. It's been about 12 years. And I had the problem since 2008. And it was really bad. I started having to wear the splint and sleep with the splint all the time. So I started applying the infrared. And then that went away. But this is a total different problem, of course. I'm not a doctor or a nurse. I'm doing this to myself because it's my body. So you do as you wish, but I'm going to continue to allow you to monitor me because I'm going to film almost daily, or at least maybe it'll become weekly at some point. So you could witness with me